Italian seafood stew to celebrate the Feast of the Seven Fishes. Please welcome back to our home the executive chef of RM Seafood and RX Boiler Room at the Mandalay Bay in Las Vegas, our good friend Rick Moonen. We're so excited to have you here. Also joining us at the counter, celebrity florist Amy Morella. We're so excited to have you, Amy. We can't wait to see what beautiful flowers you have brought for us today. You always have such beautiful flowers that you bring for us. So, Rick, for people at home, you guys dig in. It's delicious there, and it's beautiful and ready to be eaten. For those people who don't know what the Feast of the Seven Fishes are, can you explain?
Sure. It's an Italian-American Christmas Eve tradition. It's only American, though. I know. So what it is, it's a fast of not eating meat on Christmas Eve, so you can celebrate and eat more meat on Christmas Day after the birth of Christ. And so you pig out on fish for the day before. So
and there's obviously seven fishes.
7 to 13 dishes of seafood. And so I've adopted it. I'm not Italian, but I grew up in Flushing, Queens, a very Italian neighborhood.
Right.
Went into Christmas Eve, we just pigged out on the day before. It was awesome. Wow. So good.
Oh,
So I embraced the same tradition.
So it's now become one of your traditions. I love that. Oh, how wonderful.
Oh yeah, that's us in Las Vegas. Just my wife running up front there. She makes up a theme and we just go with it every single year. It could be, who knows? I don't
Whatever. Clearly, it was wearing.
I ask no questions. I just follow directions.
You say yes, dear.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the key to a happy marriage. Yes, dear. And cooking for your wife constantly, which is fabulous. So how do we start?
Okay,
the feast?
so
what do we do
I make what I call a Caribbean or a cilantro pea stew. It's a pea stew is just a puree of cilantro, garlic, some heat. I put in a couple Serrano chilies with the seeds to keep the heat. A little lime juice.
All right. So what is this exactly we're making?
This is a puree. It's a paste.
And what is that
we're going to use it for marinating the seafood and also finishing the dish with. So a little salt, a little pepper, and then we just start pureeing, and I'll pour in some olive oil.
You pour in the olive oil as we go?
Yeah. There you go. Just push down on that.
This is wonderful.
It's so good. It's got
Okay,
so many
we'll get it.
Yeah.
There we go.
It's really
Pour in the olive oil.
So you pour as you go.
Well, you can also just go like that.
There you go.
Who needs to mess with that? Just pour it in there. All right,
do you want it chunky or do you want it sort of?
You want it to be a paste.
Okay.
So you can scrape on the side.
I'll get it.
All
okay.
right.
Now, in the meantime.
Okay, so we take this paste and we take a combination of seafood. In this case, we've got True North salmon from the Gulf of Maine. We've got True North shrimp and scallops from North Carolina. We've got cockles from the Pacific.
Okay.
And I'm cooking already some monkfish that has been pre-marinated because it takes a longer time.
Okay, so the monkfish goes in first. These cook very quickly.
Right. So this is a Caribbean curry. So all of these spices go into the curry powder, or called Colombo.
Oh, what's that called?
Colombo.
So what's in Colombo?
Colombo. Well, it's a combination. What makes it different than other curries is the allspice. So you got coriander, you've got mustard, you've got fennel, you've got fenugreek, you've got green cardamom, black pepper, cayenne pepper.
That's amazing. Wow. We were just saying how many flavors, how rich it is in flavor, and now I see why.
Well, if you're going to have Christmas in July, I want some warm spices.
That's right.
So
That's right. Put garlic in there?
Fresh turmeric and garlic, you know, anti-inflammatories. So you're going to feel good. So if you guys are feeling fantastic on Christmas Day, it's because of this.
It's because of seven fishes. So you already had in there going celery, carrots.
Onion, celery, carrots, and peppers.
Okay, then Holy Trinity.
That's right. Then Holy Trinity plus mirepoix. Comes together. All together right here at Home and Family. So we added, now smell. I mean, too bad we don't have smell of it.
This is amazing.
So that's really where the richness comes through. All right, so we have a little bit of tomato goes in there.
All right, so this is canned tomatoes?
This is, I don't like the canned stuff.
You don't? Okay, so you're fresh tomatoes then.
I use crushed pommy, actually. It's in the little containers.
Okay.
So the tomato goes in there, some fresh thyme, bay leaf.
Oh, so when you say you don't like canned, you like boxed, not canned.
Boxed, correct. Okay. Yeah.
That's it.
Well, I mean,
at first I thought fresh, but he's like, no, like the pommy. I'm like, well, that's in a box.
I'm very snobby, you know.
So he doesn't like, you don't like the bottle wine, you like the box wine. I got it.
Yeah, typically.
I see where you're going with that.
Liquid aminos for the saltiness, right?
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Right. So that's get really rich. A lot of umami comes out of that.
Right.
Then we add coconut milk.
Oh my goodness.
Bring this all to a real big boil.
And there's the Caribbean flair.
Oh, that's exactly right. So then that cooks out. And then, I like to make this the day before if I can, or earlier in the day, so all those flavors get to come together. All right. So
how long will we have that going?
Okay, so that's going to come up to a simmer and reduce down. Then we add some clam juice that's been fortified with the shrimp shells and everything else.
Do you make your own clam juice as well, or do you buy it in a box?
Well, I like to steam up my own clams. No, not a box. Oh my goodness. Oh no, no. You can use canned clam juice. You can. You know, but then you fortify it with the real shrimp shells and some scraps from all the vegetables that you've been playing around with. Sure. The onion, the celery, the carrots.
I mean, why
everything.
not? You're going to have all that water anyway.
Right. So it comes up to a nice simmer.
So how long do we leave it?
Okay, so that's done.
Okay, so how long does that, about 30 minutes?
Yes, and then it gets dark and it gets rich. It looks like this. So the monkfish is in there. We're going to slide all the other guys in there. Now you got to understand, these have been kind of sitting with the lime juice and everything, so they're sort of ceviche'd a little bit. So they've already pre-cooked slightly because of the acidity of the lime and the lime zest.
Yeah.
Right, so that's the
So, and how long do you have the sort of marinade on here for on the fish?
Up to about an hour.
Any longer than that, it's going to start to kind of get mushy, you think?
It'll break down a little bit.
Rick, I'm going to ask you a rookie question over here.
Go right ahead.
So this is the Feast of the Seven Fishes, and you've got so many different types of fishes. Does it have to be different dishes, or does this count as like several of the seven? You know what I'm saying? Like, can you kind of knock out some of the seven in one dish? Because you got a lot going on here.
You want to cover the ocean here.
You know what I'm saying? Like, are you like cutting some corners here? Or is this like just you can have one big meal and you've got the Feast of the Seven Fishes kind of taken care of?
Well,
no answer.
No answer, because there's no straight answer for that.
All right.
Anywhere from 7 to 13 dishes. The number 7 appears in the Bible 700 times.
Right.
There's like 900 different explanations why Feast of the Seven Fishes. All I know is it's a lot of fun.
There you go. There you go.
Well, what would you do? Would you just do this, or would you have a whole sea bass and a this and a that?
Usually you start out with salted cod, bacala, then you go into a shrimp dish, and a shrimp with garlic and all that. But if you want to do an entire show on this, I'll do all the dishes.
All right.
So this keeps evolving and evolving and changing.
That's right. It's never static. So then we just take it. So we just take that and we.
We're gonna love it.
I want to be invited to your house for Christmas Eve. This
It has that perfect amount of spice where if you stop eating for a minute, you want
more.
Right.
That's the perfect.
And if you want more heat, and I highly recommend it, you put a little bit more of the pistou on top.
Okay, so what do you call it? Pistou?
Pistou. Yeah.
Oh, pistou. I'm like, there's no peas in this, Rick.
Pistou.
Pistou. Okay.
Piece.
There you go. Do I do this?
I learned so much on this.
Do I do that?
Yep. Dollop
Just
right
like
on
that?
top. A little bit of scallion. Some cilantro,
I always feel a little
lime.
guilty eating before you, Debbie. I apologize.
Oh, that's all right. I
You guys are used to it. You know what I mean?
You're so polite. No one waits anymore.
This
Can
is
we
the
squeeze
important.
the
It's so
lime?
good. You're going to love
Squeeze it on top, yeah.
I'm going to squeeze some lime.
I didn't garnish you up there.
Oh, how
shame on me.
rude, Rick.
I am very rude.
It's a work of art.
Oh, this is beautiful.